All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Carl. So I live here in Northridge, right next to the mall, which is both a good and a bad thing. But it's great to be here among my neighbors in Northridge. Thank you so much for organizing this. So, friends and neighbors, I'm a teacher. I never thought that I would actually run for political office, but it was kind of a turning point for me. When the social worker came to my door to let me know that the officers had found my missing daughter on top of a building. And she didn't get to see me. I didn't get to see her for 72 hours because she was handcuffed and put in a squad car to be taken to a hospital for her own protection. And this was to prevent her from succeeding at ending her own life. So as a working parent, I've always been very grateful for the public schools, but it wasn't until the pandemic when I was teaching 10 to 12 hours or working 10 to 12 hours a day, teaching online, teaching math classes, as well as taking care of my child's mental health, that I realized just how critical a good public school system really is to working class parents and families. So my name is Janie Dam. And if you'd like to learn more about my qualifications, please go to janiedam.com. That is my campaign website. You can learn all about my volunteer work as both a teacher and a parent. Thank you. So my daughter's story has a happy ending. She's doing much better now, healthy and happy. She's doing well in high school, setting her eyes on medical school even. But, you know, it took a whole lot out of me to help her get her there. So I'm running because I want to make sure that every child in District 3, as well as LAUSD district-wide, can get the best possible quality public education, as well as supportive, positive public school experience that they can, because they need this to thrive in life. Thank you.
Okay, the first question, the NENC has asked the LA City Council to support the passage of the proposed LAUSD resolution improving special education within the LAUSD. As a board member, what would you do to support children with special education needs, particularly those whose disabilities are severe?
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, so my daughter does have an IEP. I am a parent of a special ed child, so I'm very aware of the process. I'm also a co-teacher. I'm the general ed team member of co-taught special ed programs at my school, so I'm very, very familiar with working with children with severe needs and moderate needs as well. So definitely as a board member, I will do everything I can to support these children and their families. I'm a tech person. I think the board can do a whole lot better in terms of providing technology to support these kids. I want a paradigm shift that should be focused more on the child and self-advocacy rather than just case management. I think Wellington needs to go, or needs to drastically updated as a platform to serve these children, their teachers, and their parents. I would definitely prioritize training teachers for social emotional teaching. And I actually, as a co-taught special ed teacher in Algebra 2, which is a foundational course for getting to college, I actually think that special ed teaching is just good teaching. It's just good for all kids. So it's all about personalizing and understand the child and helping the child set concrete goals and meeting the goals by step building the skills. I believe in full inclusion, but every child is different, and we just need to have the patience and the skills and the training to figure out what that child really needs and to help that child meet their goals. So thank you.
Yeah. The NENC has expressed concern over charter schools' $3,708,006 unpaid balance for over-allocation fees. As a board member, how would you bring transparency to how space in public schools is allocated to charter schools?
Wow, thank you. So yeah, that's a huge number, and we all are anticipating budget cuts. So definitely, this is a concern, and I would definitely look into it as a board member. At this point, unfortunately, there's not enough transparency for me to really intelligently, give you a specific solution. But the first thing I would do is to demand a professional, external, unbiased audit of the budget, the district budget, to make sure that every dollar, every penny that's being spent is spent wisely. I'm not about charter school versus district school versus charter school. In fact, I'm very much opposed to polarization and extremism. What I'm about is, ineffective schools versus effective schools. We need to prioritize the effective schools, whether that's a traditional district or a charter school, and spending money on those and support those schools. So yes, transparency is very important. Budget-wise, I would also demand a full inventory of all the spaces. I'm sure there are vacant places, because I visit schools all the time, because I do so much more than just being a classroom teacher. I'm also a school coordinator and all sorts of other roles. So I visit other schools that I know there are vacancies. I talk to teachers. So we need to just be very exact in our inventorying of our spaces, working spaces for teachers, and then allocate them properly and make sure that we don't have any more of these over allocation fees that are impacting, both charters and district schools right now. And of course, our kids and our teachers.
Thank you. In September 2022, it was revealed that the LAUSD's computer systems had been hacked, despite assurances that personal information had not been released. Later reports showed that sensitive information for some children had been disclosed. As a board member, how would you ensure accountability for the failure to prevent the hack and for the missteps in the aftermath?
Thank you. So, ransomware and hacking has been around for a long time. It's, nothing new. So I was kind of shocked when I found out in the aftermath that the district didn't have any real plans to prevent some of things happening. And then afterwards try to cover up or not being very transparent or communicative. So definitely as a board member and who would have a lot of experience, firsthand experience with technology, with data systems, I would prioritize this. I would prioritize cybersecurity. So we, number one, need to prevent this from happening again. Number two, we need to get all personnel, all teachers, all, even students aware of possible, signs of breaches and how to report to the district to prevent a massive, situation like this one. And of course, being honest and being transparent and being communicative is extremely important in the aftermath to prevent further damage. So I would definitely have some sort of a constant plan, and whatever money we can afford, we need to prioritize cybersecurity. We need to hire the best tech team. We need to train our personnel, our kids. I mean, 10 years ago, there's been cases where the kids, are hacking into the system to change their report card grade so they can get into college. I mean. I sleep and dream about these things, have nightmares about these things. So it's always on my mind, and I definitely would want to lead the cybersecurity movement here. And then I know that it's not like everybody's favorite thing to talk about tech and data system, but FERPA is being impacted here. I'm talking about privacy, right, for families and students who are at risk. So it is important. We have to take the time. Thank you.
Okay. 1 minute closing statement.
All right. So I am running as a write-in candidate because my students and their parents have worked so hard to get the 1,000 nominating signatures for me, but that still wasn't enough to qualify me to get on the ballot. So I hope that you consider my candidacy and go to my website to see my qualifications. I am about moving forward to build bridges, to find common ground, to find solutions. We need to stop fighting each other. Children shouldn't have to choose between their parents and their teachers, and, teachers at charter schools and district schools should get along, grow professionally together, share best practices. They shouldn't be fighting. And so I'm that board member who's willing to endure whatever it takes to just bring everybody together so that our children can do well and help us build a fantastic 21st century coming up. Thank you. Please vote for me, write-in candidate Janie Dam. Write my name in or type my name in if you're at the poll booth and vote for me. Thank you.